What are you looking at? I'm an old man. You ever seen an old man before? You get old, you get slow. You're so slow, I can't even get across the street anymore. Sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 signal lights just to get across the street, and people get impatient with me, and I can tell they're impatient because they're strumming their fingers on their steering wheel. Boy, that really chaps my butt. So what I like to do is I like to walk out in front of their car, and then I act like I don't know which way I want to go. If they honk their horn, I keel over on their hood. That scares them, boy.
Preempted TV Comedy Club with tonight's guests Glenn Hirsch, Fred Greenlee, and Fred Wolf. Now here's the man who's hoping to parlay this job into a Vitalis commercial, your host, Bill Boggs.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Karen Haber. Thank you. Good group. You know, people say, where do we get our comedians? Well, we found many of our comedians working at Bud Friedman's Improv in L.A. And our first performer is yet another one. So he's making his second appearance on our show, the beautiful and the talented Mr. Glenn Hirsch.
Thank you, Mr. Boggs. Thank you very much. Whoa, thank you very much. It's so good to be home in New York. I've been living in L.A., like Bill says, for 2 years now. Just beginning to feel like home. But I'm a native New Yorker. It's as plain as the nose on my face, huh? I look like a New Yorker, don't I? How about now? Now if I change my name, I can just blend in, huh? My name, Aryan Wasp. I'm here for the Jesus rally. You think he'll show? No matter what I did, I'd probably still have that New York aura. That's the attitude of James Dean with the looks of Danny Kaye. I've been told out in Hollywood if I fixed my nose, I'd be very handsome. But I don't want to touch this. It's been in the family for generations. The family crest is a handkerchief with a hole in the middle. I don't know what to do if it wasn't hanging there. I've had a big nose my whole life. When I was a kid, I couldn't blow it myself. My arms were too short. It always seemed to bother other people more than it did me. Like I'd be at the beach, floating on my back in the water. People scream, leave the water. They thought it was a shark. I don't want to fix it because there's no reality in show business, and it makes people laugh. I just worked with a singer who had a nose job, a facelift, and breast implants, and then he sang, I Gotta Be Me. I like life out in L.A. It's a little different, though. First of all, I own 2 cars now because they're mandatory. Nobody walks in California. This guy told me he's going for a walk once, got in his car, and drove away. I played golf out there. We never left the cart. It was more like polo. It's amazing to me. They have different rules out there. Different rules. It frightens me. They have 4-way stop sign intersections. We can never have them in New York City. You have to be so polite at 4-way stop sign intersections. There's love there. That sign should say stop. Work it out. And cars are too important. It's amazing to me. You know, they're no longer just for transportation. They're an extension of your life. We all judge each other by the kinds of cars we drive. And we all do it. How many people here would go to a doctor who drove a Gremlin? You can't tell somebody your career's going real well and then jump into a 71 Pinto and putt away. Yeah, my new movie's coming out and I just signed for another one. You got jumper cables? My father taught me how to drive a long time ago. The man had strange rules. He never liked to stop along the way. So whenever we went somewhere, we had to drive straight through. So before we'd leave the house, he'd make this one announcement. If you have to go, go now. Because once we start, we're not stopping. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
That puts a lot of pressure on a little kid. And it made that trip from New York City to the Grand Canyon one of the most exciting moments of my life. My mother kept that car so clean, she never let us put anything on that rear windowsill. I moved out to California, people grow corn back there. And they put strange things that have no purpose on the planet in rear windows of cars. Like those dolls that have springs for necks. See, I think they're there just to make the guy behind you nuts. I was behind one for about a mile once. It made me crazy. I pulled up alongside. I looked over. The driver and his wife were both doing this. I'm thinking, oh, wow, the Slinky family. Look at this. And bumper stickers? They're kind of dangerous bumper stickers. I almost got killed reading one on the highway once. It was written real small. I had to get real close up before I could read it. And before I realized it said, I brake for no reason. I don't think this is funny. How about those hands that people put on the back of their cars? That I waved at for an hour and a half once because I thought it was a little kid? Look at this kid won't quit. Well, he's not gonna beat me. I found out the reason for those hands. They're waving to those dolls. Now there are things I have to be more aware of when I drive on the highway. Like these road signs. I don't know who some of them are for. Like this deer crossing sign that's all over the country. Who's it for? Them or us? You mean to tell me if there were no signs, deer wouldn't know where to cross? Forgive me, folks, I just can't imagine a deer going, "It's another mile, come on, Bambi." And the saddest sign I've ever seen in my life in this country has got to be that slow children. That tears my heart out. What kind of advertisement is that for a town, huh? I feel a heck of a lot better, though. Last week I found out those kids grow up and get work. I saw that slow men working sign. Thank you very much.
Our next comedian tells us that he lives on the road. So let's make him feel right at home. Honk if you love Fred Greenlee.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is a great crowd. You guys are having a good time already, aren't you? Yeah. You know, I've noticed over the years that I've been doing this that ladies have a harder time having a good time at a comedy show than men do, and I don't really know why. But I was reading an article the other day, may explain it. It seems, according to this article, that women have a certain amount of sexual attraction for men with great senses of humor. I wrote that article. And I read it as often as I possibly can to anyone who is willing to listen. You look like a good group. Let me see what's going on in my life. I got my dog fixed. He's a cat now. And he is scaring the other cats in the neighborhood because he used to be a Great Dane. He's just a big cat now. Kind of roams around the backyard going, meow! Meow, 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 meow. I'm a little weirder than I normally am. I didn't get much sleep last night. I had a fly in my room. I didn't have a fly swatter. All I had was a volleyball. I beat him 21-17. Night before last, I slept for 10 hours and dreamt I couldn't get to sleep. What a waste of time that was, man. Ever have flying dreams? Yeah. A lot of people have flying dreams. Most people dream when they're flying over mountains and valleys and soaring over beautiful landscapes. It's a great dream. I have flying dreams. But in my dreams, I'm 2 feet off the ground and I'm going 100 miles an hour. Makes for a long night, man. The only thing I want to do when I wake up is take a nap. I'm tired. I don't understand the whole physics of flying anyway. I never understood it. Okay, look, it seems to me that if you're in a jet airplane, all right, and you're flying north at 600 miles an hour and you're walking south down the aisle trying to get to the restroom, it seems to me that if you jump up in the air, the back of the airplane should smack you right in the face. But it don't. Try it sometime. I like telling a room full of people that because I know one of you is getting on an airplane next week going, I don't know, man. That guy could have been lying to me about this. I don't know. Hey. I love to fly. I used to love to fly. I'm on the road I'm on the road 40 weeks a year. I fly much at that time, and I used to love to fly, but now it scares me because of hijackings and plane crashes and bomb scares. Bomb scares scare me more. So I bring my own bomb now. I figure the odds of 2 bombs being on one airplane are astronomical. This is what I do. I'm a stand-up comedian. I work 3 hours a week. It's tough. It's hard work. I got a lot of time. I get to go to the movies a lot. I like the movies. The movies are fun. I get to go in the afternoons, too, when they're cheaper and they're not as crowded as they are at night when you guys have to go. Next time you get an afternoon off and you want to have a good time, go down to one of these movie theaters that seats about 400 or 500 people. And go in there when there's only like, 5 or 6 people in there. Go in there and sit next to somebody. And make a big deal out of it. Make the guy move. You know what I mean? Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. I've seen this movie 8 times. I just come here to watch you. Got a lot of time on my hands, man. Ever sleep on your arm wrong? Yeah. You know when you sleep on your arm wrong and it goes to sleep, and sometimes you can lose so much feeling in your arm you don't even recognize it? It's like, no, this one ain't mine. It's too fat and heavy to be my arm. Yeah, that's my watch, but it's not my arm. So what happens is the blood rushes into it, and that makes perfect sense to me, but what I do not understand is where does that tingle come from? You know, that buzz that you get, and oh, it can hurt sometimes, like, oh, whatever you do, don't anybody touch it. Because it hurts. You sleep on your arms and legs wrong, they'll hurt. I don't understand. You sleep on your hair wrong, your hair won't hurt, your hair just gets even. Your hair will stick up forever. Say, no, you're going to have to cut me off now. You've been a great group. Thank you very much, and good night.
It's the Win a Date with Jenny Jones contest, Bill. Yes, you can win a no-frills night on the town with America's most beautiful comedian. And she's rich, too. She just won $100,000 on Star Search, and she still has a lot of it left. Just send a postcard to this address. In 25 words or less, tell us something about yourself and why you'd want to spend a little time with a beautiful and wealthy woman. It's that simple. You can look bad, you can even smell bad. We'll never know from just the card. Looking or smelling bad, not a requirement. Local restrictions may apply.
You know, this response to this Win a Date with Jenny Jones contest so far has been absolutely tremendous. And we have here a small sampling of the actual cards we have received, right? Let me read a couple. This is from John Starr. It's a very clever card from Tallahassee, Florida. He says, I want a date with Jenny. Why? I'm a lion tamer. I think I can help with her hairdo. This is a viewer writing, right? Exclamation point. That's good. That's from Tallahassee. And this is from Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts. Ooh, it's an important market for us. Dana Nielsen says, Dear Comedy Tonight, I thrive on anything outrageous and completely off the wall. Add a beautiful, funny woman with $100,000, and I am the richest man alive.
Written in crayon.
Now, we didn't write this. You, viewers, wrote this in. Anyway, so be sure to send in your card soon to be eligible, and I want to wish you good luck. We'll be back right after this. Actual card.
From the wheat fields of Kansas to the buildings of New York, from barren regions of Alaska to the southern part of New Mexico, from a place in Texas to Bora Bora, to Kansas again. From New York, it's time for America Live with your host, Fred Wolf.
Thank you. We're on the air. Great. I'm Fred Wolf. This is America Live. Nice to be here. Everyone looks good today in the audience. We have Bill, the engineer, is here. How you doing, Bill? Bill, you doing all right? How was your week? Pretty good? Good. My week wasn't so good. I had a kidney stone, as a matter of fact. And they hurt. They're really smart. They really do. I went to the hospital. My face was white as a sheet. Well, not my sheets. I should wash them, I guess. But I'm in the room. I'm in the hospital room. I'm in the hospital room, and I got this hospital bed. The only thing you can really do is you can only lie there and wait for this thing to pass. It's smart. It really does. You're lying there. I'm trying to watch TV to take my mind off the pain here. The only movie they were showing was Meteor, so I'm there. It's a thing we got now. We got some letters, some cards and letters we sent in. By the way, we invite anybody that wants to send in cards and letters to us on America Live. It's kind of a neat thing to get on the air. I want to read this one letter we got. We kind of enjoyed this one. This letter is from a Mrs. Joyce LaRouche, writing in from Aspen, Colorado. She addressed the letter to me. That's Fred Wolf, care of America Live, New York 10013. And, well, we don't know what the letter says because it's in French, so I guess I can't really read that one. But, well, we have, one thing I want to talk about before we get started. This is I'm in the hospital room. I was watching the TV, and this is something that I just really want to get out of the way. I was watching Gilligan's Island. It's a great show. I love the show. Bob Denver is one of my favorite actors, him and De Niro, but there was something. There was something off with this guy. So I'm watching the show. I recorded for you, as a matter of fact, a segment.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You must be awful nervous.
Well, I'm not nervous, Gilligan.
I I recorded that, right? Because there was something weird with the guy, Bob Denver, who plays, of course, Gilligan. He looked like an imposter to me. It didn't look like the real guy. So I got to thinking. I was thinking in my mind, which is where I think, and I'm thinking, you know, well, where do you think? So I'm thinking in my mind, and I think there's an imposter in the show. I think it's like the Beatles. Remember the Beatles back in the late 60s? Oh, it was a big group, right? And do you remember Paul McCartney supposedly had died and they had replaced him with an imposter, and there's like all these clues in the album that maybe Paul was dead? I got to thinking, it's the same thing happening in Gilligan's Island, so I recorded the show I was watching. I played it backwards, and if you listen closely, there's a subtle clue that maybe Gilligan's dead. This is backwards now. Let's listen to it.
I buried Gilligan. I buried Gilligan.
You hear that all? Kind of weird, kind of strange. Which, by the way, speaking of strange, it would have been great if we could get the Doors doing Strange Days behind us. Is that possible next time we do that? That's something we'll talk about later. I want one last clue. Next time you're listening to the theme song, listen very, very closely to the theme song, because there's a subtle clue, again, that this guy Gilligan's an adios kind of guy. I don't want to freak anybody out, but it's in the theme song. Listen very closely here.
On the shore of this uncharted desert isle with
The dead, rotting corpse.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be just me. I don't know. Could be just me. I don't know. Well, we got to get going. We got a lot to talk about. Hollywood's a strange place. It's a setup for my next thing, and which that phrase hasn't been said. Perhaps it's a perfect lead-in to our man John Borches, live via satellite from Hollywood. John has some tips on some good places to take visiting friends or relatives if you're out in Hollywood. John, you want to take that away right now for us here? It's be John Borches live.
Well, there's so many nice places you can go to in Hollywood. Like you might go to Man's Chinese Theater if you have friends in town. But my favorite place to go, and when I have friends coming over, is this. I have this guide. This is Hollywood. Historical sites and landmarks of murders, suicides, and graves. That's nice and cheery, and for all the kids, that's lovely. Like, for instance, here's a house in Hollywood that's haunted by the ghost of Ozzie Nelson. Ooh, that's a pretty scary ghost, isn't it, huh? Ooh, a ghost walk around in a cardigan sweater and a glass of milk. Ooh, who's trimming the hedges over there? It's the ghost of Ozzie Nelson. Hey, guys. Boo.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other places we might want to go? Another place maybe that we could take some friends of ours?
But I have another place.
Another place?
Other places.
Uh-huh.
I personally like going to see where all these actors and actresses, when their career were on the rocks and they felt really desperate, where they committed suicide.
That's always
that
good,
always makes me feel good. Like, for instance, right here, this house is where actor George Reeves, the original Superman, lived. Well, one morning, he took a gun out and he shot himself in the head. Yeah, way to go, Superman. Yeah. Faster than a speeding bullet? I don't think so, no. But my favorite is this. This hotel room is where actress Clara Blandick lived. Remember actress Clara Blandick?
I don't remember.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
No, I don't.
Remember the Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actress Clara Blandick played Dorothy's Auntie M.
That's right. Yeah.
She was so sweet.
She was a nice lady.
And I loved her. Well, one morning, she put a plastic bag over her head and she suffocated herself. Yeah. Way to go, Auntie M. Yeah. And she put a little sandwich bag on Toto, too.
Oh, I don't know. That was John Borchers in Hollywood telling us where to take some friends of ours. Now, I was out in Hollywood recently, and I actually went to a souvenir shop, and I picked something up that I want to show you guys. This is kind of interesting. I bought one of these. You remember these snow bubbles? Am I right? Now, this one, you shake it up, there's snow in there, and it says California. And I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, how many times I've been strapped into L.A., heavy blizzard roaring outside, huh? Myself, I think perhaps it should look more like this. You shake it up. Do you think this is California, maybe? Shake it up there. Maybe that should be what I think it is right there. Yeah. So, thank you. Well, we have one last thing to take care of here on America Live. I want to do this. This seems to be the decade of old TV shows reunions of the past and present. Like, for instance, we had Leave It to Beaver was on again, I Dream of Jeannie, and most recently, of course, the Andy Griffith Show. We actually have the latest reunion, which is out. It'll be coming on this fall season on TV. We have we're lucky enough to have an excerpt from the show. This is the reunion of the Little Rascals. We have this on tape. The reunion of the Little Rascals. We'll be able to see that right now.
Hey, I don't feel like going to school today, you know? You? Neither. Hey, where's Petey?
for you people. This is Fred Wolf. This was America Live. See you next week. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank Glenn Hirsch, Fred Greenlee, Fred Wolf, very funny. Of course, our announcer, Karen Haber. Ray. Hey, you were good tonight, Glenn.
Thank you very much.
First
Bill.
time back for a while. How have you been since the last time we saw you?
I'm under a new therapist's care, and I've discovered now that I'm suffering from reverse paranoia.
How's that work?
That's the fear that I'm following someone.
What does that lead to?
I don't know yet. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I've been. I don't know how I've gotten there, so it's frightening.
Where are you from?
My ex-wife has a very lovely house in Houston, Texas.
And you live on the road now, right?
Constantly on the road. That 40, 45 weeks a year. I just stay gone. I want to ask you something. What do you think about these two noses here?
Let's check them out one more time.
We can do a swinging door or work, or work for the city as a subway toll.
Absolutely. And how are things out in Hollywood?
Oh, it was good. I got my first acting part recently. It's kind of a small part. I got a bit part in a subliminal message, but you know, it's something. You got to start somewhere. That's fine.
Well, good night, everybody. It's a lot of fun tonight. Thank you very much. Terrific audience.